Hey YouTube, I'm here to show you my video game finds for March 29th, 2014 and the week before that. Garage selling wise, it was expected to rain. It did rain in the afternoon, so not that much garage sales, but I did get something. I'll show you that. And then obviously I went to the thrift stores. Most of the stuff I found were at the thrift stores, and I got 2 Craigslist deals. So I'll show you that as well. So I'll get right into it. Go through the thrift stores first. Get smalls first and then larger and larger. At the Salvation Army, I only got 1 game this week. It is Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy for PlayStation 2. Paid $3 for this. And then I paid $3 for just a PlayStation 2 controller. And then I paid $3 for an AV cable for the N64 GameCube. Last week, the N64 I bought didn't have a adapter AV cable, so I picked this one up. So that's all I picked up at Salvation Army. And then at Goodwill, I went there, I guess, a few different Goodwills. Also, Goodwill, I haven't been there before as well. So at one Goodwill, I got 4 games. Pricing wise, sorry, let me look at the price. I paid $22 for these 4 games. Usually the more expensive Goodwill, I would say. Beautiful Joe 2 for the GameCube, complete. And then True Crime New York City for the GameCube. This one is the... Well, it's complete, but it has the Blockbuster case on it, so I'm going to replace the case. And then Panzer Dragoon Orta for the Xbox. And finally, it's only disc only. It's Wii Sports. Originally when I picked it up, they put the CDs or disc behind the counter so people won't steal it. Originally it had this little case in here. And it said Resident Evil 4 for the Wii, so I thought it was going to be Resident Evil 4, but it was Wii Sports, and I just picked it up. I mean, it's Wii Sports, it's an okay game. And then at another Goodwill, I picked up another stack of games. I paid, looking at the price again, $15 for this stack of games. I guess the cheaper of the Goodwills. Only a few games. I got The Adventures of Cookie and Cream for the PlayStation 2. Unusual picture art. And then Corvette, actually it isn't Corvette. It's for the PlayStation 1. Crash Bandicoot Warped for PlayStation 1, disc only. And obviously came in a Corvette case. And then another Star Wars Battlefront 2. Picked quite a few of these. And then 2 PlayStation games, well I guess 3 because one of them was in a PlayStation 2 box. The original Crash Bandicoot, Greatest Hits. And finally, Robo Pit for the PlayStation. So that was $15. And then finally, I went to one other Goodwill. I've never been to this one before just because it's a little bit further from where I live. Only reason why I went there because there was a Craigslist deal that I was meeting up with someone and it was only like a block away, so I thought I'd check it out. Prices were more expensive than the expensive Goodwill I usually go to, so I don't know if I will go back. I mean, the games they had were really good quality, I would say. So for $10 a piece, 3 DS games, Broken Sword for the DS, complete. Children of Mana. $10, a little bit pricey, but I mean, the game is supposed to be pretty good. And finally, probably the best one out of a lot, Pokemon Pearl version. They're all complete. They all had points in there, but I haven't checked if they worked or not. So $10 a piece, and then I got 3 more games there. I paid $17, I guess, for the stack. Another Bully. I got this last week, but this one's a complete, much better version. Also came with the poster as well. And 2 more games. This was actually the cheapest game that they had there for $4. Metroid Prime 2 Ecos for the GameCube, complete, really nice condition. And finally, what I thought was actually a Wii Fit, but today I looked at it and I realized it's not Wii Fit, it's another Wii Sports. So, another disc-only Wii Sports in a Wii Fit box. So, that's all I got at Goodwill. And then I went to Salvation Army a few times. I say 3 times I went there I got games, and altogether I paid $40. So I'll go through it. So I guess trip number 1, I got only 2 games. Lego Batman, the video game, but it's missing the instructions. Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix. This one's complete, and the only reason why I picked this one up is because it had a memory card inside as well. So I thought, why not? And then, case only of Spider-Man, nothing inside. I'm obviously using this case for the New York City True Crimes. I'm going to swap it out. And then I got one really nasty beat-up controller for the GameCube. Only reason why I picked this up was because I thought I'd take it apart and probably figure out how this kind of works when I do a replacement for the analog stick here for another one. But it was only $2. I was sitting there for a long time. I think it went to half off eventually. And then at another Savers, another trip, I guess trip number 2, I picked up a stack of Xbox 360 games and one PS2 game. Jaws Unleashed for the PlayStation 2. I think this was $3 originally. And then a stack of Xbox 360 games at $4 a piece. Black Site, Area 51. They're all complete. The discs are in really nice condition. Clash of the Titans. Call of Duty, World at War. Sniper, Ghost Warrior. NCIS. And Bloodstone 007. So that's what I got there. And then finally, one more trip to the Savers. I picked up one game. The front cover is really beat up. Another Crash Bandicoot 2 on the PlayStation. So that's 3 Crash Bandicoots in the same week. Obviously I'm going to replace this case. It's totally coming apart here with another case that I have. So, that's all I got at Goodwill, I think. Oh no, I went to one other Goodwill on Saturday after garage selling. Just a fat PS2, no cables, nothing, for $20. And then at garage sale wise, like I said, it was raining in the afternoon, but because of forecasted rain, there weren't many garage sale postings or garage sales at all. So I went to quite a few with no hits at all, I would say, and then eventually at the very end, the last minute, I got a pretty good lot of stuff. Philosophy of mine when I'm driving around is you only need one. You only need one good garage sale to have a good garage sale. That's morning. That's what my opinion is. So even though the first 2.5 hours sucked, you never know. You only need one. So at this garage sale, it was like already after 10 o'clock, I guess he decided to set up late. He had quite a few things, and I paid $30 for this lot of stuff. First, in his listing, he said he had a Dreamcast, so I picked up a Dreamcast. No cables. Came with one game that was inside, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. And then it came with one controller, one first party with the VMU, and then a third party one, Dream Shock with I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is a Rumble Pack or something. And then he had also there an NES. Missing the cover. He said it works. This one came with 2 controllers, one orange zapper, and one gray zapper. It came with the RF cable, but it came with the power adapter, but the power adapter was for the Super Nintendo. So I'm pretty sure I had an extra one. And it came with a few games. Round Ball 2-on-2 Challenge, just a basketball game. Another basketball game, double dribble. Am I reading right? Double dribble. And then Tecmo Ball. Finally, the best one out of the lot, I would say, Darkwing Duck for the NES. And then finally, picked up one other item, one controller I'm adding to my collection. A Jungle Green N64 controller. He did have an N64, and it was the Jungle Blue one, but he just would not sell it. So I've been looking for a colored one for a long time out in the wild, but I haven't picked it up. It's very, very close. I was kept pushing for him, but he just kept saying no. And then at the bookstore, I go to the bookstore next. I picked up 2 items last week. Like I said, I had a 50% coupon. I picked up Jet Set Radio Future for the Xbox. I paid $11 for this. Probably thinking, why $11? When there's this one that there's the one which has 2 games in one with I think a racing game. This one is the more uncommon one because it's by itself. And it's over $20 by itself, so that's why I picked it up. The one with the multi, with the NASCAR or the racing one's like dirt cheap. So this is the uncommon one. And then I picked up, also there at the bookstore for $27, a Slim PS2. Came with all the cords. And then it came with 2 controllers, one black controller, and then one, I think I picked up one of these last week, I guess aqua green, or aqua light green, clear green. So that's all I got at the bookstore. And then Craigslist, I guess I got 2 Craigslist deals, one fair deal, one good deal. I picked it up this morning, the good deal I would say. This guy's listings was for some Game Boy lot. And when I picked it up, I thought there would be more games in there, but there weren't. So a little bit disappointed on that. But I got 3 Game Boy Colors, or 2 Game Boy Colors, one Kiwi one, the battery cover. Key ones, I think, harder to find. A little bit scratched up. And then one Atomic Purple one. They both work. A little bit scratched up on the faceplate. And then I picked up, he also had a few SPs. I just picked up one Game Boy SP, the multicolor one. This one came with the charger. And then a stack of games. The games were Animaniacs, Wario Land, Legends of Zelda: Link's Awakening, Quest, and Game & Watch Gallery 2. And then the real reason why I picked up this lot, he made it sound like that he had all of these, but he only had 4. Pokemon Silver version, Pokemon Gold version, Pokemon Yellow version, and Pokemon Blue version. He made it sound like he had the red one, and he also had the Game Boy Color version, but he didn't, so I was a little bit disappointed. The price I paid was $140. It's quite a bit of money. It's probably a fair price for him. He really needed the money for college, he said, so for me it was not a big deal to pay this. It was just a fair offer, I think, for both of us. And then finally, I have one more Craigslist deal. I picked this up this morning. Actually, I have other stuff too. I'll show you that at the end. Not very fantastic because I traded some stuff, some really crappy games at my used game store. I'll show you that at the end. One more Craigslist deal, probably the better of the 2 deals, I would say. It was a GameCube lot. It came in this pretty cool, I've never seen this carrying case. So when you open it up, the handles are coming out. I don't think it's zipping. So when you open it up, it kind of stays in there locked in, and at the bottom you can put your controllers and stuff. That was pretty cool. Mostly because the handle's sticking and I'm using it as a handle. And then it came with a few controllers and a few games. So 6 controllers altogether. 1 indigo one, actually 2 indigo ones. And then the indigo with the clear back ones, 2 of these. I don't know why this person had so many. The best ones were the Wavebirds. So 2 Wavebirds. And they both came with receivers, finally. 2 more receivers. For me that makes 7 Wavebirds, but I only got 3 receivers. 2 memory cards, 1 first party, 1 third party. And then a stack of games. Quite a few games, I would say. In the picture it seemed like they're all in cases, but for some reason half of these were not in cases. I'll show you that. I'll go through the ones not in cases first. They all came in this envelope, and it has actually the instructions on how like the controller is going to be when you play this game, and like what the buttons are. So I don't know, it's kind of fancy, I guess. And then like I said, all the games, half the games were no case. Instructions, disc, everything, just no case. So I gotta spend some time, I guess, going through thrift stores picking up empty cases. Most of the time, quite a lot of stealing going on, thrifting, I would say. So a lot of people there's a lot of empty cases lying around. So I gotta pick those up. Hopefully they'll just toss those in for me. So I go through the empties, or the ones with no cases. Spider-Man 2. This one was only disc and instructions only, 1080, Avalanche. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Narnia. The Lord of the Rings, the Third Age. Another Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Aggressive Inline. All-Star Baseball 2003. The Sims. Another Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers. Enter the Matrix. Pac-Man World 2. The Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup. This one, missing instructions, but I actually have a case for this Mario Superstar Baseball and instructions. I have one of these with the disc, but the disc is all scratched up. It won't read. But I might actually give it a try on the Nintendo or the Wii and see what happens. Burnout, Point of Impact 2, the Polar Express. 2 hockey games, NHL 06 and NHL Hits Pro. This one's missing instructions, and obviously they're all missing the cases, so I gotta go searching for those. And then there were some complete ones, so I'll show you the complete ones. Splinter Cell, NHL Hits Pro, another one. Is it the same one? Oh, maybe she has 2 of them. Weird. She must have really liked hockey. Spider-Man. 007, Agent Under Fire. Probably the good ones here. Super Monkey Ball 2. They are the good ones, I would say. I have a whole lot. Super Monkey Ball 2. Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Another pickup of the same game this week. Metroid Prime 2 Ecos. And the last 3 are the best ones, obviously. Metroid Prime. And then Pikmin, non-player's choice version. And just the dual disc, nope, just single disc of Mario Kart Double Dash. Altogether, for that lot, was $150. I thought it was a really good deal, mostly with the Wavebirds. Originally, when I read the posting, it made it sound like it was just the games and the controllers and no GameCube. For some reason I thought it was $250. I'm back with a different shirt on. You also notice that the lighting is darker. It is late at night compared to when I did the beginning of the video, which was early in the morning. the battery for the camera went down to 0, so I had to charge the battery, and I had to do some other stuff today. So the video is merged between light time or daytime and nighttime. I'll show you what I got at the used video game store. I had a few items that I got rid of, about 10 to 15 games, and I got around $23, $24 worth of credit. So I got 2 games, 2 current games. The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. I got this last week. This one is in worse condition, so I'll probably get rid of this one. And I also got a PlayStation 3 game, Batman Arkham City. I looked around. There were quite a few older games, but the pricing there for the older games were above eBay prices. And I noticed the prices for current consoles or one generation before were around the same price as GameStop, so I picked up these 2 games instead of any of the older games. So that's all I got to show you. Overall, it's an average week. Hopefully next week it doesn't rain. I could go to more garage sales. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. See ya.